Why and how should you build a strong CV or resume? You spend usually 20 years at school. After that, you gain 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, or 20 years of experience. But you spent 1 hour to make your CV or resume. Why? Because you tell yourself that you have good education, good experience, so even if you don't take too much time to work on your CV or resume, you will be able to be contacted by recruiters. Unfortunately, things are not working in this way. Why? Recruiters, headhunters, organizations, companies are receiving hundreds and thousands of CV or resume. So you need to build a strong CV or resume in order to convince the recruiter or the company or the organization to give you the chance to have an interview. What you need to know is that a recruiter is spending around 1 minute for the first screening. Why? Because he receives, let's say, 100 candidacies. He will not go through all the candidacies. He will try to eliminate 90% of the candidacies in order to keep 10 candidacies and to focus on the 10 candidacies, and over these 10 candidacies he will call in interview around 5 people. So he's not spending so much time on your CV. So your CV have to be strong. So we give you some tips to have a strong CV and to build your CV. One of the most important things in your CV is your professional experience. If you have no experience, it's quite different. We will check your education, we will check your extracurricular activities, but when you have experience, the most important thing is your professional experience. So you need to take the time to put your professional experience. For each experience you can put around 3 to 5 tasks. Main task you are working on, don't be too long, don't put 10 or 12 tasks, just remain on the main task or the main assignment for each experience. After your experience, you can put your education. For education also, if you have, for example, master degree, you are not obliged to put all the years you made until master degree. If you have a master degree, we will suppose that you have already a high level, so no need to put all this information, because if you put too much information on your CV or your resume, it could be complicated for the recruiter to go and see what is important in your resume. After education, you have extracurricular activities. Extracurricular activities are very important when you have not a lot of experience, or if you have not experience at all. Because, for example, a recruiter receives 10 candidacies from the same school. So if you have the same education than everybody, you have no experience. How the recruiter will do to know that if you are better than the others? So at this point of time, extracurricular activities are very important. When you have experience, it becomes less important. References. You can add your references on your CV or resume. You can decide also not to add these references, because if the recruiter needs your references, it will ask you to give it these references. But when you put references on your CV or resume, don't put their contact, because some recruiters can contact them directly, and you don't know that the recruiter is contacting them, and it could be quite difficult for you. For your CV, should you make a long or short CV? We recommend to do a short and straightforward CV. It will be easier for the recruiter, and it will be easier for you at the interview. Should you put a picture or not, depending on where you are located? In some countries, you are not obliged to put picture. You are even not authorized to put picture. But in some countries, you can put picture. If you decide to put your picture on your CV, try to take a good picture. Try to take a picture that is in line with the job you are looking for. Don't just take a picture to put it. It's important also. What I will add is that the physical aspect of your CV is very important. So your CV have to be clear. Your CV it's not that you have to put a lot of colors of this kind of things, but your CV has to be clear, easy to read, and you have to avoid mistakes in your CV. So this exercise, making your CV, is really important. Recruiters receive a lot of applications, and if you want to be, even if you have good experience or good education, you have to take the time to build a strong CV. You have to take time also to put in your CVs your achievement. If you put your achievement, if you have significant achievement, it could be also a plus on your CV. So you need to take the time to work on this document in order for you to be able to be called for interviews. Thank you very much, and good luck.